Yo, let's make a quick 5-minute video on the reason behind why I called Euraud and the reason behind why I entered it. So before I begin, shout out to my mate Christopher Steele. He actually messaged me the setup, and that's the reason why I actually called it. But yeah, anyway, let's look into it, right? So starting with the daily time frame, this was our candle of interest right there. Okay, this one candle, the reason behind why it's this specific candle was so we had a previous high here, right, or a swing high here before we dumped down, and then look what happened. So take the high, go all the way there, and then this candle here was responsible for taking liquidity above those highs and then closing under the resistance, and then the next candle was the engulfing candle, right? So this one bullish candle is our area of interest, it was zone of interest. So yeah, so the price was actually approaching it. It wasn't there yet, it was approaching it. And yeah, so that's where we actually started looking for a sell. But anyway, I'm gonna clear all of this and go directly into like the four, now let's do 30-minute time frame. Okay, so where was it? It was somewhere around here, the price, somewhere around here. So I'm just gonna like do the TA from scratch, right? So look what happened back here as well. So now we know this was our area of interest, right? So we had our equal highs there, right? And then we had a strong push up, and then we broke structure. So the reason behind why I say broke structure is we didn't just take liquidity under these lows, but we actually broke two lows, 2 to 3 lows, and closed under there. So if this was a liquidity grab, it will like go under this low and then go back up, but it didn't do that. So we actually broke structure, and this was our last bullish candle before the move down. So what I wanted was I had my two areas of interest, right? So one zone was right there, and the second zone was right there, and I'm gonna explain both. So the first zone was the lowest points before the push up, and then we go down, right? So this was the lowest point, and that's where my structure actually broke. So we came up, and then this candle closed above that, but the next candle broke structure. So this was the point, the starting point before going up, right? So that was my area. So I took a short here, and I called this one out on Twitter as well. It was right there. Okay, so I took a short here, and then once it went lower, I moved my stop loss to break even, but it did come and take my I did get stopped out, right? So I was looking for a re-entry in this specific zone, and the reason behind that is, look at this, from there to there. Do you see how we have a void in price over there? So I think you can see that in the 15 minutes as well. So we only see black candles, and price does not come back into that gap to fill it, right? So between this wick here and that wick here, we only select downwards movement, so we have a void in price action, right? So what I wanted to see was a fill in that void before going lower. So I took a short right there, right? And I'm going into the 5-minute time frame just to like find my stop loss. It was above, sorry, I think the 15-minute time frame. Okay, yeah, so it was above this wick right there, and the reason behind that is, and not above the highest wick, because the difference is like 2 pips. What are the chances that the price comes all the way here but doesn't take that high? So I was saving myself 2 pips. So anyway, I took a sell right there. Let's take a sell position. I took a sell right there. I did show my entry as well. Where is it? Yeah, so yeah, AURAD, I took a sell right there. It's at the void close. Okay, void fill, sorry. My stop loss above, it was an exact 7 pip stop loss. Okay, so above this wick right there, that was my stop loss. And my TP1 was obviously liquidity. So when you look at this area here, where do stops actually lie? Under this wick, right? This was the liquidity candle, right? So we have stops under this wick, or stop losses, or like sell stops as well. So that was my first TP. Okay, where I actually, and this is like 4R, where I actually closed half my trade, and then the other half that's still running is right there. So I'm not really sure, but I have like two zones, right? So one zone is right there. Okay, the points we dropped down before going up, so that's my area of liquidity, but I'm targeting this one, so the lowest point. And the reason behind that is 1 second. Come on. Okay, so the reason behind that is like if you look at this, we have like a lot of like equal lows here on the 4 or like even the hour, like any time frame. We have like a lot of like equal lows here, so I'd expect the price to come down slightly lower to take out the stops, right? So about 70 pips, and that gives me a 10 RR trade. Pretty insane, right? But yeah, so that was the reason behind my entry, and yeah.